Hey, 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 happy Monday, everybody. It is great to see you all here again. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Today, guys, something was sent to me. I'm super grateful for. But we're going to be talking about Delphi and some more interesting facts that don't make any sense, as none of this case does. So, thank you all for joining me as we get into this. Let's get this show, as we say, on the road. Here we go. Hey, 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 hey. What is going on, everybody? Good to see you. Good to be here with you guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to you all, wherever you are. I hope it's good for you because it's good for me to be here with you. Great to see you guys. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Um, I had a good one. Of course, I missed you all, so here we are again. Uh, again, guys, today we're looking at um, I was gonna talk about it already, but some other things were brought to my attention, and I got this morning, sent to me in a sense, from another awesome creator I have a high respect for, the awesome Miss Sloofy Goosey, and I appreciate the comment that was sent to me, or this what I'm gonna show you that was sent to me, Sloofy. If you're listening, I appreciate you so very much. But we're gonna be talking about it because once again, it don't make no sense. Like nothing else does. So, first off, let's see who is joining us today with their awesomeness. And again, all of the amazing meatballs, the beautiful people that are in here with us. Thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate you all so very much. Looks like Jaylet's in the house again. Street Surrender, welcome back. Miss Ashley, good to see you. War Eagle, what is going on? I am so sorry about Saturday. That was rough. But good to see you. We'll talk about that here a little bit. Miss Brady B's in the house. Good to have you. Rach, welcome back. Good to see you as well. The amazing Miss Sherry Wisdom Speaks is in the house. What is going on? Pammy B, welcome back. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Let's see. Let's see. Salty Sleuth, what is going on, my dear? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Tuna Girl, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Nat Cat, welcome back. Great to have you here. Always a pleasure. Let me see. Looks like AR Hayes is in the house. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Shelly, welcome back to you as well. Um, Let me see. Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us, Molly. Thank you for being here. Kelly Mack, welcome back. Just another Manic Monday. Great to see you. Josie girl, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to have you here. Always a pleasure. Doodle's in the house. What's going on, Doodlebug? Good to see you. It's like the gang's all here. Come on in, guys, and jump on into this sauce with me so we can spill a little bit. You are appreciated. All you awesome meatballs. It's great to see you. Great to see ya. Yes, my tree in here. Well, they're both up now, but that is my one Christmas tree. I like the multicolor. My wife likes all white lights. So that one's in the living room. This one's back here. So you get to see this one. We're not done with it yet. The topper's not on it. And there's some more things that need. I have no idea what just happened, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm here. Can you see me? I hope. Are we there? Hello, hello. Yes, no. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm here. Can you see me yet? Yes? Okay. I don't know what the hell just happened. I'm so sorry. That was weird. Very weird. That was very weird. No idea what's going on with that, guys. But anyway, I'm so sorry about that. Anywho, Josie West is in the house. Looks like let me see. Jaded Empath, thank you for joining us. And thank you for that. I appreciate that very much. Michael 007, welcome back, my friend. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Sarah the Irish, always good to see you. It looks like Doodle re-up their membership. That's awesome. Thank you, Doodle, for still being a part of this awesome family. I would never say goodbye. Or I would never leave without saying goodbye if I could, control that, guys. So I would never do that. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Excuse me. Miss Zelda. Rowena Moses, thank you for joining us. Zelda, great to see you as well. All you guys in the house here. Guys, do me a favor. Please leave some DNA on that like button when you come through the door. I'd greatly appreciate it if you will. That's probably possible, Josie. You never know. Broken Glass Productions, thank you for joining us today. Good to see you. Evie Marie's in the house. Welcome back to you. Good to see you. And make sure I'm not missing anybody. I know it's snowing here. We're under a winter weather advisory, so I don't know. Hopefully, that's not going to affect the intranet. You guys know that it doesn't take much for it to be affected. So, welcome back to all of you guys. It's super exciting. to have you guys back, to see you all. And again, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Trying to catch up. Blah, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Broken. I appreciate that very much. We're not done yet. It's still got some more stuff to put on it. By the end of this week, you guys will see all sorts of things around me that are Christmassy. Um, at Christmas time, my home looks like Christmas threw up in here. My wife and my mother-in-law are crazy with Christmas, guys. They have a lot. And you can see, if you can't see it, behind me, right there, is my little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. My Charlie Brown, all of my peanut stuff is sitting back there in the corner. My camera's not focusing very well. It's probably looking for me. That's why. See it back here behind me in the corner there. It's there. There's more. There's so much more coming. There's a stack of boxes and totes over here by my back door here that haven't even been opened yet, guys. I got my little Snoopy over here. Lots and lots and lots of it. Thank you guys for the compliments on the tree. Like I said, we're not done yet, but it looks better at night. It does. So when night streams, you guys will get to see it lit up. I think it's gorgeous. My wife's tree in the front is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's all white lights, and we have a country decorated type home, so everything is all countrified and everything. No, I don't have the Peanuts nativity. I'd love to have that, but I do have other things. Um, yeah, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree is my favorite. It is. Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and all that. They are my faves. They really are. And of course, Scooby Doo. Those are my two retro things that I love. Come on in, everybody. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be, and join us. Please have a seat. I see a Garfield. Have your matching Odie over there. Garfield, where? Oh, no. It's a bucket. It looks like Garfield, though. I used to have Garfield and Odie a long time ago. I don't know what happened to him. I think one of my kids snatched it because they loved it and took it with them when they moved, to their own place. So Kels is in the house. What's going on? Good to see ya. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Great to see you all. Yes, it's cold and snowy here as well. Like I said, I was not ready for a winter weather advisory, but we are under one. Gotta love Ohio. Yeah, I like the multicolored lights because it reminds me of my childhood. My wife loves the very clean white. I'll get a picture of the tree and show it to you guys. Um, it's actually really beautiful. She did an amazing job. 54. It's 54 in Idaho where it always snows, and here in Ohio, it's like 32 degrees and it's snowing. So figure that one out, huh? How about that? And Mama Bear's working. I'm guessing. I haven't got to speak with her today, so maybe she'll pop in the chat, maybe not. I don't know. I'm sorry for the lighting again, folks. I'm working on getting blackouts for these windows. One day we'll get it right. So if it washes me out, my apologies. 49 New York. It's always nice down in Florida. 56 and sunny, of course. Of course. You got Ed. All you guys, I'm jealous. We got snow, Kel says. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting, I want to say that they said 2 to 3 inches possibly. And we get that lake effect stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because of Lake Erie. And I'm surrounded by like 5 bodies of water. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Kels. I appreciate that very much. Oh no. I don't want the snow. I don't want the snow. I don't mind. Here's the thing. I would love to have snow for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. After that, poof, bye. I got this whole thing. I'm very Norman Rockwell-ish, sentimental family, you know what I mean? I like to like on Christmas Eve when everybody's together, with the coffee or the hot cocoa, with the fireplace going, the real fireplace type stuff, not that thing. And it's snowing outside and the family's together watching my favorite movie of all, It's a Wonderful Life. That's just my perfect Christmas Eve memory type thing that I like to have. I know it's very cornballish, folks, but it is what it is. That's who I am. Sunshine, good to see ya. And that is my perfect Christmas Eve scenario. Um, and that is why I like snow for Christmas Eve. And I love it. It's just one of them things, guys. And I love that movie. It's a Wonderful Life. It relates to things in a lot of ways. I love it. Eddie, one made nut. What's going on, buddy? Miss Nikki, not that Nikki's in the house. Great to have you here. Good to see you. We got 76 beautiful people in here. We got 33 likes, guys. Let's get this up into the algorithm today. This is kind of important. Once again, relating back to Delphi and some things that just don't make any damn sense. And it seems to be lies. 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 Yes. I know, Jaylen. It never snows when we want it to. It always snows when we don't want it. That's the sad part. Gotcha, Rach. I understand everybody has their own, memory that they want. Let's go. Miss Ashley. Are you excited? Come on in, guys. Come on in, come on in. Leave that DNA on the like button on the way through the door, if you will. I appreciate you so very much. I don't know why I've been getting nothing but telemarketing calls for like a week. Every day, 42 times a day. It's insane. Take care, Broken Glass. Thank you for joining us. Don't work too hard. The Culligan Man. SRB. How are you, sis? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Come on in, everybody. 86 people in here. Yes, that is the best movie ever made. 5 degrees Celsius, 40. Oh, yeah, yeah. Everybody's doing good but us. Except David, my friend David in Australia. It's summertime there. Everything's the opposite of us there. Like right now, I think it's 2:14 in the morning for him. Murky Piglet, welcome. Good to see ya. I haven't gotten started yet, but Tomboy Charm, welcome to you. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you guys. I don't think I've missed anyone. Come on in, guys. Um, so like I said, Miss Sleuthy Goosey, you guys know that I absolutely respect her beyond anything. She's amazing at this stuff. Um, she sent me something this morning to look at, and I was checking it out, and it was just like, wait a minute, something's off with this. Okay, as we all will see, we all know how everything went down. How Richard Allen was sent to prison for his protection, as I think it's a joke. There's some dates and some times in this timeline that we need to recorrect or not recorrect. We need to look at this and go, why is this like this when this is what we were told or something else? Okay, Salty, thank you, hon. And even if I do have it already, I appreciate you. Anything that anybody wants to send, it is beyond appreciated. It helps in all aspects because there's so much with this that keeps getting uncovered. I greatly appreciate it all. So please feel free to send anything you want to me via email, however you want to. It's all appreciated, guys. You guys are great at this. You guys are some amazing sleuthers. I'm telling you, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, Molly. I knew that was coming too. Molly's been working on this today too. I talked to her earlier this morning, and she is working. Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow, Molly, beautiful, awesome, awesome. I love that. There's a picture of a Christmas tree for Miss Molly. Tell me that's not pretty, you guys. I've never been a fan of the white trees, but that is gorgeous, Molly. It looks great. Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Except for that terrible towel I see back there on the wall. We don't want that. We don't want that around. We can't have that. Beautiful stuff, Molly. Thank you for that. I love seeing these things, you guys. Thank you, Miss Zelda. That is appreciated. It's okay. It's okay, Molly. No worries. Thank you. Thank you. Again, anybody that has donated to support me in this channel via the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, thank you so very much for that. It is appreciated. It is what keeps my internet paid, my StreamYard paid, all of this stuff that I need to do this every day with you guys. It is appreciated, guys. Thank you so very much for that. And thank you, Zelda, for that. Oh, I didn't look at the whole thing, Molly. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me back up. I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, okay. It is just more pictures. My apologies, folks. Here you go. There's that picture without the lights on. Oh, look at that one. We got a Seahawks thing on there. How many do you got, Molly? Oh, look at that one. That's pretty too. Very pretty. Awesome. Thank you, Molly. Beautiful, beautiful. Kind of like the way my wife's looks. I'll show you guys a picture of it here in a little bit. Very, very pretty, Molly. Great job. Great job. Come on in and grab a seat. The green one is yours. The white one would be your husband's, I take it. Yeah, I get that. Same thing my wife and I do. No worries. No worries. 1 second, everyone. All right. Sorry, folks. I had to grab my Browns lost yesterday. Shitty game. But Bama, roll tide roll. We finally took that was a scary game Saturday. We took it back. I thought we were gonna lose that one, folks. We should have lost that one. End of the game. Bing bang boom. Here we came. It was crazy. And again, no hard feelings, War Eagle. Auburn played hard in that. They played really good. I was surprised. So we should be proud. Let me show you guys here real quick, and then we'll get started. Oh, wait a minute. Steelers won. I don't know how, but they did. We should not have lost to the Broncos. I'll tell you that much. Okay, guys. It might be hard to see. It's a little dark, but That is my wife's tree in the living room. I'm kind of getting reflections. 1 second here. Yeah, I see the reflections. That's not helping. There we go. Anyway, it's a little blurry, but yeah, it's she's really good at that stuff. Beautiful tree and love it. Oh, right. That's my wife loves the white lights too. That's all she. Hold on 1 second. Mrs. Dago says hello, 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 and thank you all so much for supporting this. She is working and will be home soon. Yeah, that's her thing is her white lights and all that. And there's so much more coming. She said we haven't finished your tree, so she didn't want anybody to see my tree until it was done because she wants to perfect everything. Auburn, unfiltered, testing 1, 2, 3. Good to see you there. Thank you. All right, guys. So anyway, so let's get this show on the road, guys. Enough dawdling, diddling, whatever we're doing. In 86 people with 50 likes. Let's try to get this up there somewhere, folks. Thank you guys for all the compliments about the trees and stuff. I appreciate it. Like I said, guys, by the end of this week, there'll probably be so much more stuff for you to look at behind me. So, oh, it's okay. No worries, War Eagle. No, I have not seen that. Interesting. That's weird. So, like I said, this morning I got something. I was looking through stuff, and Miss Sleuthy Goosey had sent something over to me, and I wanted you guys to see this. Quite interesting, to say the least. And we're gonna have to go through it. It's based off of a TikTok, I believe. So, all right, hang on a minute. We got to get through it to get back to the beginning here. Just give me a second, guys. And I'll set it up for you guys to check this out. And we're going to talk about this. I want to talk about this because it's quite interesting. Okay. 1 second, guys. Here we go. All right. Hard to blow this stuff up. So it says the news report that was brought to my attention in my comment section. Richard Allen, what's going on in Delphi? Okay. And it's this one here. Now, hold up. I don't want it to take off too far here. I need to figure out how to download this so that I can change it up, make it bigger and different and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely TikTok. So for anybody that may have seen this already, my apologies. I hadn't. It's definitely interesting though. All right, so and I can't make it any bigger other than this. I'm not going to see you guys here in the chat for a second. So there we go. All right.
Allen, who was arrested in connection to the Delphi murders, is sealed. No
Without a warrant, it's stating he was arrested without a warrant.
No information about whether he has been charged or if an initial hearing has been set has been released. Multiple sources tell us after he was booked into the Carroll County Jail, he was immediately taken to a state correctional facility for.
After he was booked into jail, he was immediately taken to a state correctional facility. Okay. This is the court order here, November 3rd, as you can see up here. This finding is not predicated on any acts or alleged acts of the defendant since arrest, rather a toxic and harmful insistence on public information about defendant and this case. This judicial officer keeps getting direct requests from non-parties for public information. Public servants administering this action do not feel safe and are all public servants administering this act do not feel safe and are not protected. I'm just reading what's highlighted in red, folks. Okay.
Safety reasons. Now, Indiana State Police have scheduled a 10 a.m. briefing on Monday, expected.
Again, it says this judicial officer keeps getting the direct request from non-parties for public information.
To update the media and the public with more information related to.
All public servants administering this action do not feel safe and are not protected.
This arrest, it is important to note that will be 7.
These are the safety reasons that popped up with this. It says Diener was getting too many public records requests. Public servants are not safe or protected. Nothing to do with Richard Allen's safety. It had to do with the judge, law enforcement officials, attorney, whatever else, their safety. It had nothing to do with Richard Allen's safety.
72 hours after this arrest, which is the limit on how long the state of Indiana can hold the.
As far as the public's desire to learn about access to the court records, that educational effort cannot be by this officer educating each individual ad hoc whenever they choose to seek public information. These inquiries are inherently disruptive to the operations of the court as they are wholly outside the operation of the court.
Defendant before releasing more information on their whereabouts. And
that was ordered the 3rd day of November of 2022. Okay.
Any potential charges. And one more thing we do want to know is that while he has.
Richard Allen was moved to the prison at least 6 days prior to the order for safekeeping, and transfers were signed by Judge Diener. What is going on? 6 days prior to the order. Again, this was not because to keep him safe, folks. October 28th of 2022. You see that date? Remember that, okay?
Been arrested in connection to the Delphi murders. We have not been told by law enforcement what
6 days, guys. 6 days.
What his alleged role was in all of it.
Yet to give
Whoa, we're big. How about that? Seema Turner, good to see you. Now, like I said, you guys may have known that. Some of you guys may have known that. I did not know that. Okay. And I was quite like, I don't know, taken back from that, I'm guessing. Okay. So thank you once again. It's Salty. This goes right in with this too. Interesting. This was brought to me from a Salty Flute. One moment, please. Sorry, guys, I was muted. My apologies. All right. So up here at the top, this says, as far as the public's desire to learn about access to court records, that educational effort cannot be by this officer educating each individual ad hoc. Whenever they choose to seek public information, these inquiries are inherently disruptive to the operations of the court, as they are wholly outside the operations of the court, as I said before. Right, exactly. That's when I found out too, Salty. Thank you. Excuse me. The court notes for the public that when defendant appeared for the initial hearing, he was clad in protective gear. That protection was not to protect defendant from the court. That protection was to protect defendant from the public. Okay. Until a finding of guilt or judgment of conviction occurs. In any case, judgment must be reserved and the presumption of innocence must be respected and preserved. It has not been. You tell me if you think that this man has been treated as if he was innocent of this crime. Anybody. If he has, I want to know. Somebody tell me. And if he has, I want to see where. Because I haven't seen it yet. Okay? Accordingly, pursuant to Indiana Code 35-33-11-1, the court orders the sheriff of Carroll County to transfer defendant to a facility of the Department of Correction designated by the commissioner of the department as suitable for the confinement of defendant and provided that space is available. So ordered this third day of November 2022. Again, thank you for that, Salty. That's crazy, Andy. Thank you for joining us, bud. Oh, he has been tortured, Shanae, I believe. Once again, all of this stuff. It was just highlighted in that TikTok that we talked about, okay? This finding not predicated on any acts or alleged acts of the defendant since arrest, rather a toxic, harmful existence on public information about defendant in this case. Now, let's talk about this, folks, please. It's clear that we've seen this man was not moved for his own protection. This man was moved for their protection. That's the way this is being broke down. What's up, criminality? Good to see you. So it makes you think. Let's think about this for a minute. If that's what this is, and these people are worried about things, they fear for certain things, maybe their lives, for whatever reason, wouldn't they do other things to protect themselves as well? Once again, guys, remember, this isn't a rabbit hole. Idaho, there's a lot of rabbit holes. We're not in Idaho, guys. We're in Indiana. This case is not a rabbit hole. This case is happening right in front of our faces every day. Everything we're seeing is real. Everything that we're seeing that's going on is not a speculative theory. It's real. It's happening in broad daylight in front of us. Okay? That's the difference with this. So me making the statement that as we're seeing this here, that this man was put in prison immediately, okay, for their protection, not Richard Allen's, public officials' protection. What else would they do to protect themselves, folks? What would you do to protect yourself and your family? What would Richard Allen do to protect himself and his family? We got to think about these things, and we're going to talk about it. They have dug their way here, I'm afraid. I understand, Murky. I understand. I do. I absolutely understand. Criminality says, although there are thousands of rabbit holes, this court case certainly isn't one. Agreed. Thank you. It isn't. This is not at all, folks. Nothing about this is conspiracy. This is real, sadly. They are claiming he was moved because they were being bothered by public demand for transparency. Yeah. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense? To anybody, please tell me if it does. I want to know. This is the dumbest comment. The not your comment, Truth or Salty, but you know what I'm saying. It's fact. Okay. This judicial officer keeps getting direct requests from non-parties for public information. That happens in these cases. So why is that a big deal now? That's a hard no. You're right. Exactly, SRB. The dumbest theory, excuse, answer. All public servants administering this action do not feel safe and are not protected. Really? So if they feel that way, for whatever reason, I don't know why, what is this man going to do? What are these people going to do? These people that are requesting this information, you guys, they want to know what's going on with the case, just like anybody else does when we do this, okay? So they fear for their lives because people are asking for information about this case. Can we put that together somehow? Who's got the glue that's going to hold that statement together? Anybody? Oh, wait. Because there is nobody. It's beyond laughable. It's pure stupidity. I'm sorry. There have been more excuses put out in this case. Now, November 28th to November 3rd, or I'm sorry, October 28th to November 3rd is how many days? 6 days. In 6 days, all of this happened. And so therefore, this man was moved to prison. What? Come on now. There's something, this to me, okay, to me, this looks like, I don't even know how to explain this, you guys. I don't. Those FOIA requests can get dangerous for our snowflake servants. I mean, come on now. What's going to happen? No. That's an understatement right there, Salty. It's a complete understatement because you know better than I do what this is about. Seriously. All public servants administering this action do not feel safe and are not protected. Well, let me ask this question. Is somebody going to come running into the courthouse to get paperwork and assault somebody else? Is that what they're afraid of? Does that make sense? No. So much for him being moved 30 days after arrest. Like I said, I told you guys, There's some things that don't make sense that are based on lies, lies. Because there's lies. Lies, 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 and a few more lies, guys, because that's all we've been told throughout this case. To complain about the public expecting or wanting transparency says a lot about the mindset. Thank you very much. Because they want transparency, we're a problem. Because we want transparency, we're wrong. Because we want transparency, these people feel threatened. Give me a damn break. This is a joke. It's a joke. Like I said, when somebody, whoever has the glue to hold this together to make this make sense, I want to meet you because it doesn't make sense, guys. Sorry. It is. It is all lies, sadly. Nothing about this case now makes any sense. Nothing. This is even worse. So we were told that it was 30 days and then he was moved. We now know that's not true. Okay, there's filings, documentation shown. Once he was arrested, he was immediately moved because they were afraid for their lives. What a joke. What a joke. What a joke. Sure as hell sounds like that to me too, Katie. Sorry to say. So there it is, folks. Again, I'll play this for you one more time for those of you that just may not have caught it all. And like I said, Salty sent me that document as well, which is the same thing, but here we go. This was in the news, guys. Mainstream media had this.
Statement on the suspect.
The case against Richard Allen, who was arrested in connection to the Delphi murders, is sealed. No information about whether he has been charged or if an initial hearing has been set has been released. Multiple sources tell us after he was booked into the Carroll County Jail, he was immediately taken to a state correctional facility for safety reasons. Now, Indiana State Police have scheduled a 10 a.m. briefing on Monday, expected to update the media and the public with more information related to this arrest. It is important to note that that will be 72 hours after this arrest, which is the limit on how long the state of Indiana can hold a defendant before releasing more information on their whereabouts and any potential charges. One more thing we do want to know is that while he has been arrested in connection to the Delphi murders, we have not been told by law enforcement what his alleged role was in all of it.
Yet to give a.
There it is again. I see something in here. Somebody saying that somebody was disrespectful. Where do you see that, Shanae? If so, please, nobody be that way. It may be something that was taken the wrong way. That's all. It's a good point there, Kelly. Good point. Sherry Ann, good to see you, by the way. This is all just nothing but bullshit, folks. Everybody this. What's up, Noni? Good to see you. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I'm sorry if something happened, Shanae. I didn't see it though. If it did, I'm sure it was not done on purpose. I can almost promise you that. But again, once again, yes. More lies, guys. More lies. Lies, 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 and some more lies. That's what we get for Christmas this year. Definitely. All right. I didn't see anything either, SRB. I'm sorry. I looked. I didn't see anything. So here we go. What we're going to do with this now that we got that brought up there. We still only have 66 likes with 111 people, guys. Let's get this out there. This needs to be seen, folks. Please, if we can. I'm dropping this link here. If I can get this to move. I'm going to pin it. I want to hear what you guys think about this. I do that. And there, it's in chat now. Anybody that wants to talk with me about this, let's do it. The chat won't go back far enough. Well, what was said, Shanae? Let me know what was said. I can go back and find it later on. It could have just been somebody that popped in here as a troll, by the way. That does happen sometimes, Shanae. Typically, there's nobody in here that's going to be disrespectful unless they are trolling. So that may have happened, but my apologies. We will keep an eye out and make sure that it doesn't, okay? So, again, anybody that would like to join me up here to talk in regards to this, one more thing we've learned that's more bullshit with this case, join me, please. I would love to hear from you. Anybody. It was someone else being disrespected. Okay, what was it that was said, hon? Because I will handle it right away. You know that. Whatever it was, it better not happen again. That's all I'm saying. Because if I catch it, then that person's gone. Period. Lynn GMB, hello, good to see you. Yes, definitely a little bit of new info. Just proof of the lies that are being told. Richard Allen was moved to prison within, like, immediately after his arrest, not within 30 days. So it was an immediate thing. Something we were lied to about. Welcome back, Molly. Nobody has any interest in jumping up here with me? Think about it for a minute, folks. I'm grabbing my coffee and I'll be right back, guys. Please talk amongst yourselves, if you will. Be right back with you guys. All right, all right. Thank you for being patient, guys. I am back. Great to see you guys again. Thank you for. It's cold. I need my coffee. So, as I was saying, um, I'm going to be anything that pops on this, anything. Okay, it's not anything new. I got you, Lynn. But I didn't know that he was put in the prison. I thought it was 30 days. I didn't know it was immediately. So that was new to me. I didn't know about what you guys knew. My apologies. But here's the thing. Anytime something new drops on this, like anything like that, it's going to be brought to you guys immediately because of the way this case is. And like I told you guys last week, this week, we're not doing it today, but this week we're starting. We're going to be going back to the beginning on this case. Focus. There we go. We're going to be going back to the beginning on this case and starting there. It was reported in the news, not started by, or not said by police. Well, there was a document there that showed it, which is what I showed. And why? I just went by the document. They reported in the news, yes, but it was based on the document. Moonlit baby, good to see you. It's okay, Nikki. No worries. So, like I said, we are going back to the beginning of this case and starting from there. A lot of people aren't familiar with it. Gotcha. No, I understand. Thank you, Lynn. I understand. We're going to be starting from the beginning back then, 6 years ago, when it first went down, checking it out, and going from there all the way back to this point. Google says plans for new jail finalized in December 2022. Construction started in spring of 2023. Gotcha. But that's what we're going to be doing this week. Is at the very beginning, coming back to now. Welcome, Mr. Michael. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. Love the guitars.
Thank you. I can't add much to this case, Diego, but is the am I right in thinking his defense has gone now? He needs a new defense.
He has a defense that was put in place by Judge Gall. Thank you, Moonlit. That I'm not comfortable with. Okay, his defense team that he should have were forced out based on the things that I don't know if you were around for this last week when we talked about it, but they went into a private session before a hearing. Then she comes out and says, Judge Gall comes out and says, well, guys, there's been a surprise turn of events. And now the defense team for Mr. Richard Allen are going to be putting it into writing that they're recusing themselves, basically, not the exact words. Okay. What she didn't tell everybody at that time was that she forced them to do it because she basically blackmailed them and said that if you don't do this, then I'm going to make you look like fools and take away all your credibility. And then we got the transcripts from that last week, and I talked about that last week with you guys, which is definitely not legal, I should say, in my opinion. So at this point, I don't feel he has a good defense team. I'm kind of scared for him with this defense team because who knows what the scenario is.
That's what I was thinking, Diego. Yeah,
right.
Because he's looking so frail and ill and weak.
Yes.
That, you know, I mean, how long is the trial going to be? Is he going to make the trial? You know.
That's what my comment was. Marietta Rosser, welcome. I said the last time we talked about this, I said, guys, the way this is going right now, the trial's set for a year out, possibly. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Is he going to make it that year? Because he don't look like it. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if there was a breaking news, you know, that comes up and says that something happened to Richard Allen while in prison, that, and they would put it on him, something he did, or he got sick or something like that, it would not surprise me to get some kind of a news break like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a year till the trial day. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I thought it was like a couple of weeks or a couple of months or something.
Yeah. No. And here's the thing. If we can get the judge recused from the case, or she steps back, or she recuses herself, or something happens and she's removed, I feel that they can bring back his original defense team, Rosie, and the other gentleman. I'm sorry, I lost my mind for a minute. And they said if they can do that and be reinstated, then they would have the trial within 70 days. That's what needs to happen. Okay. But we don't know how that's going to go down. Congrats, Biggs Logic. 6 months. Thank you so very much for being part of this family for that long. We appreciate you. And then some hope to have you around for a long time here. Salty is saying that the trial was scheduled for January until the attorneys were removed, which would have put us right here within a month or so.
Yeah.
Okay. And something would have happened, possibly with this.
Yeah.
And then, conveniently now, also, I showed you guys, I don't know if, again, you were here for that, sir, but then now all of a sudden the judge has a mystery illness, okay, that she's fighting against. She was hospitalized and she's working from home, and she's got other judges that are handling her cases. There's so many things with this, Michael, that are just like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the layers. It's like an onion. There's so many layers to it. There you go. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I called it. You take and you peel back this layer. Okay, we're good. Oh, wait, what's that? Now we peel back this one. Okay, now we're good. Now, oh, shit, what's that? Pull this one. And we keep peeling it. And there's more and more and more. It's insane. Welcome, Kyla. Thank you for joining us.
I don't like to compare the US to the UK, but I can't see anything like this ever happening here in the UK.
Because you guys, you're, in my opinion, I should say, because I don't live there, I don't know for a fact, but from what I've seen, there are some things that go on, and my thoughts on the Nicola Bully case, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with that one at all, but most scenarios over there don't get to this limit. They don't go to this extent.
No.
Things are handled in a different way, I think. And in a sense, it's a good thing. It's like I told you before we were talking once, it was very hard for me to get any information from anything on any cases I was looking at in the UK, because it's not put out like that. It's not leaked out like that. It's not something we can get our hands on. It's very hard to over here. You know what I mean? Which is possibly a good thing. Yeah. So, in some senses, I should say.
Yeah, we're not perfect over here. We're far from it. Nothing's bloody perfect. But when you've got people's lives on the line,
Yeah. Especially somebody like this. And I need to clarify once again. There's a lot of us in here that have said this. Congrats, Evie Marie. Again, wonderful to have you in this community, in this family for so long. I appreciate you and hope to have you around much longer.
Who was that, Josie? Who do you mean, Josie?
What'd she say? I don't know. You just had that political guy arrested this weekend in the UK for no good reason. I don't even know about that. Who was that?
Do you mean Tommy Robertson, Josie?
Tommy Robertson?
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's who she means.
I don't know. I didn't follow that. That's a good point too, right there, Eddie. Nicola Bully's case in the UK is the equivalent to the Idaho 4. There's so many parallels, and they could both be solved if only dogs could speak. That's a fact, buddy.
Yeah, the thing is, Josie, with Tommy Robinson, he is very controversial. He puts himself out there. He's got his own way of doing things. I don't fully agree with him, but
yeah, I wasn't following that. I'll have to look into that and see what it's about. Salty says that it just feels like there's something really deep going on here, and I have to say, I wholeheartedly agree with her. And I mean, Michael's talking about layers, folks. We've peeled back all these layers, and it's still way deeper than that. There's something. Listen to me. Let me put it this way, and this is just an opinion I have. The judge, both judges, will say this: Judge Diener as well as Judge Gall did things that I feel are not something someone in their position would do. And there's reasons for that. There's a reason that everything goes on and a reason that people do things, okay? There were things that were done 6 years ago with this case that shouldn't have been done. The way that the crime scene was found was just completely buried and blown off. They tossed that to the side and went ahead with what they were doing and moved on. And it should have never been. It should have been looked at right there. It should have been stopped. They should have caught that day, the day that they found the crime scene. That part of that should have been talked about immediately. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? What is this all about? What is this mark on the tree for? What are these sticks like this for? Why are their bodies positioned this way? That should have been a big deal then.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was buried. In my opinion, it was buried. Okay. And at that point, somebody should have stepped out and said, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? Why did we not look into this, this, and this? They didn't. There's a reason why that didn't happen and why it did happen. Okay. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I think Salty's saying as well is that's where the deep part of this comes from. What is going on in Indiana that this is happening, that they're, in my opinion, covering up or hiding or protecting? Somebody's protecting something or somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
But why? They brought in the FBI on the first day. How often does that happen? It's not a regularity, I don't think. I don't believe that they'll bring the FBI into a case on the very first day unless they feel like there's something that shouldn't be. Okay.
Wow.
A full criminal case. The local law enforcement there typically handles that on their own, and then and if it gets to be a problem down the road, then they bring in the FBI or whoever. They were there day one because something was wrong. It wasn't just a black and white. This is what happened. That's a problem.
I
Okay.
didn't know that day. The FBI were brought in on the first day. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. They were. Welcome, Just Peachy. Good to see you. Actually, Lynn just said that too. FBI was there day one. That's right. Thank you, Lynn.
But as I say, I haven't followed that. I mean, it was the Idaho 4 that brought me into this true crime setup, So I haven't actually followed the Delphi thing, but I've been listening to what you've been saying on previous shows, and learning from there onwards. So, but it's all I don't know. It all seems very.
It's very disheartening to see these things. Not everybody's going to agree with the way we're seeing this, that a lot of us are seeing this, and that's okay. I respect that. I'm not trying to make this something it's not. I promise you. That's another thing I put out. Salty's right. There were a few people that were trying to bring attention to this that were shut down and pushed out of the way. That's fact. Okay, that I will say. And God bless them for trying, but you can only do so much until higher ups shut you down. And then when that happens, you have no choice. And that is another good point Lynn brought up, that because children were unalive. So that does make sense there. But again, I've had that happen around here where children have been unalive. The FBI is not brought in like that immediately. It takes a week or so.
Yeah, you're the same as me. Sorry, Diego, I'm just answering Just Peachy.
No, you're fine.
She's a Brit. She hasn't followed Delphi much, but definitely follows the.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to go back to the beginning on this. We're going to go back 6 years ago, the very, very beginning. We're going to start there, and we're going to walk our way back to where we're at now, so everybody can understand every bit of this and see every bit of what happened. And then that's where you guys are going to notice, and you're going to see that these imperfections, as I'll say, with this case are a problem. Okay, not to sound strange, but I was just trying to think of the right way to put it. But yeah, that's what we're gonna see. And notice that it's not a typical investigation. It's not, things were done in ways that they shouldn't have been done and are still continuing to be that way. And like I said, guys, they went and they arrested Richard Allen a year ago, as we saw. Everybody kind of was like, wow, thank God, it's been 5 years. There's going to finally be some kind of justice in this case. The families can get a little bit of closure. They'll never have closure on this. These are children, folks. They'll never
Yeah.
have any closure. So, but some kind of relief that there's somebody that was brought into custody, that they have an answer to this after 5 years. That was fine. And people were relieved. Okay. Relieved. Until Richard Allen made a statement about this whole Odinistic scenario, this ritualistic type thing, and then boom, all sorts of shit hit the fan. And it's been that way ever since. So I'm not sure what's going on for sure, but I know that it's not right.
The thing is, Dago, I mean, I don't know that much about the US, the law and how everything goes there, but is it unique that he's actually in prison and not jail before being
Absolutely. Yes. It is completely unique, Michael, because like I said, we were told initially that Richard Allen was put in the prison after 30 days of being in the county jail for his own safety. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can find out today, I did at least, that that's not true. He was immediately transferred to the prison to Westville, and it's stating in here that it was due to the I don't know why I just had a complete brain blast. The people, the higher ups, the officials, public officials, fearing for whatever, that it was for their safety, not for his.
Right.
I'm a little, it was within 6 days. He was arrested on the 28th, and then boom, boom, boom. They said 30 days. It was 6 days. So I'm a little off foot with that.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I mean, I've come up on. I can't really add much to you, Dago. It's just.
I understand. There's not a lot, but like I said, I'm welcoming anybody that would like to come up here, to talk about it. So
I feel sorry for him though. Looking at him now and looking at his photographs like last year or 18 months ago, he looked in rude health. He looked healthy, fit, strong, but now he looks a shadow of his former self.
Oh, definitely, I agree with that. He definitely does not look. It's scary how he looks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I feel like, they said that the man is not, he's refusing to eat, he's this, he's that. And I don't remember if you remember when Sleuthy was here and we had that conversation about, I wouldn't eat either. I wouldn't eat anything that these people were feeding me. I'd be afraid to. Then there's the letter that was brought out by another inmate stating that, this man is being tortured basically and assaulted and abused by other COs,
Really?
guards. Oh yeah.
Really?
And again, here's the thing. As I stated, what would an inmate, a fellow inmate in the same prison, have to gain from putting that out? You're not going to get anything for that other than negative attention from COs. That's dangerous to him. So why would he put that out? He's not gaining anything from it.
No.
Okay.
So it must be true. It must be true.
That's okay, Lynn. No worries. I mean, something I can't imagine. If I'm in that setting, okay, I've never been in that position, so I can't completely speak on it. But if I'm in that setting, I'm in prison, I see something going on with another inmate that I know is wrong, okay? It must be pretty bad for me to speak up and say something, knowing that if these COs find out that I spoke out on what they're doing to this inmate, I could get the same treatment or worse.
Yeah.
There's nothing to gain from that for that man. So why would he do that unless the humanity in him kicked in for whatever reason and said, this is not good. This guy's going to die or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Diego. I mean, yeah, why would he put himself out there, out on a limb to say that? Yeah. He's not going to gain a thing, is he?
No, nothing but negative attention.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of feel bad for this gentleman. You know, at the same time, I'm grateful that he did that because it brought that to his attention. Then again, these are the other aspects I'm throwing out here. Richard Allen made a statement that this was based on, this wasn't him. He was innocent, of course. And that this was an odinistic or paganistic ritual that was what the cause was of the unalivings. Wasn't him. Then we see that he's being imprisoned, of course, in Westville, and he's being tended to by guards that are wearing Odinist patches on their uniforms in support, stating that they are Odinists, which had to be removed after a period of time when it was realized that that's another coincidental scenario that I think is just a little bit strange. And at the same time, we're finding out that he's being quote unquote tortured in a sense, so on and so forth. And then the man brings out an admission of guilt. He contacted his wife and said, I did this. It was me, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it because we don't know anything about how that went down. I can visualize, and I'm not trying to be conspiracy-like here, guys, but I can visualize this man standing at the phone with a guard on each side of him telling him what to say. Or this is what's going to happen. A coerced admission of guilt. I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but I'm telling you that's what I picture when I think about this whole scenario that we're looking at here. Because I can see it. I can. And I can hear it. You should have kept your mouth closed. You should have just taken this for what it was. You should have dealt with it the way it was. But now you didn't, so here we are. I know this sounds dramatic, folks, but I'm just telling you.
No, but you can picture the scenario, can't you, of that happening? You know, you can picture that happening.
I definitely can. And I hate to say that because I do truly want to believe in my judicial system. I want to believe in the United States judicial systems and law enforcement and all that. I support it.
Yes.
We need it. We need law enforcement, folks. We need to definitely, support our police and our judicial systems and all this and our inner workings and all that. And I want to believe that this doesn't happen everywhere, but we're seeing this in front of our faces, folks. This is not something that's pretend. This is not something that's being made up based on rumors. This is not something that's being put into play by outlandish imaginations. This is fact. Okay. That's why we're talking about it. So,
yeah, well, that's what I mean, Diego, when I said earlier on that, who can you trust?
That's the scary part. Yes, I agree with you, sir. Who do we trust?
I'm a trusting person. I always think, I might be naive, I don't know, but I like to trust people, but I've been stung in the past, I've been burnt in the past, But I just think it makes life easier if you trust people. But I know you can't. I know you can't trust everybody, But I try and trust as many as I can,
That's it right there. And MIA, I'm sorry. That's exactly what it is right here. And that's what we need to do, folks. And I'm pushing that as much as I can. We need to be able to support and trust the judicial system. But at the same time, we, the people, need to demand transparency at this point. Full transparency. Okay? That is the way it needs to be. That's the way it has to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to end up imploding. It's going to fall into itself because people aren't going to trust it. They're not going to want to trust it. Okay? And then in turn, they're not going to want to support it. And we need to do that. We need to do that. As a people, we have nothing else. We have to be able to support this and trust this. But at the same time, again, we have to stand up and we have to demand full transparency, period.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, MIA. That's the perfect statement right there. Danger Zone. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, Dan.
Yeah, you've got to have trust somewhere along the line, but I mean, you know, it's
And
a
that's
danger,
it.
you know.
Yes. Without trust, the entire system crumbles. And guys, I'm telling you, please support your local law enforcement. Don't that whole defund the police bullshit. That give me a break. We wouldn't survive without them.
Yeah.
There's no way people can say we could handle this ourselves. We got this, we got that. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No.
you defund the police. I mean, they've been saying that over here as well. But you defund the police, you're going to have total bloody anarchy, or
Exactly.
however the hell you say it.
That's a good point, Dan. Maybe if we hold them accountable enough, their behavior will have to fall in line. That's a great point. Or maybe if we start holding them accountable, because it hasn't happened a lot in the past, bud, and you know that. Most people have just kind of stepped back because they don't want to deal with the situation. They don't want to get involved. They don't want the drama. Okay. They don't want to go, okay, this is wrong, boom, boom, because there's a fear. We all know that. But at the same time, there's enough of us to stand up and go, wait a minute, that's wrong. I've had it. I've seen this enough. Make this make sense. Transparency needs to happen. And if that happens enough, they have no choice. Okay. It can go one of two ways. And there's a way to do it without causing violence or without bringing violence. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fact. It doesn't need it that way. It doesn't. So
yeah.
And that's exactly it, Cherry. Vigilante justice would destroy us. We all saw what happened when the Capitol was stormed. That is not the way you handle things. Granted, people were tired of this and upset about that. You know, it is what it is. But that's not how you do it. Because what happened after all that? There's still people being arrested, being charged with this, that, and everything else. It didn't do any good.
Yeah.
It didn't do any good. Okay, but you don't do it that way. You don't.
Was that the January the 6th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how you do things. You don't just go and storm the Capitol and say, that's it. I'm going to go. And the people that did these things, it was so immature. Okay. You know, they're doing things that it makes us look like cavemen, you know, defecating on desks and stuff. Like, come on, guys, we're better than that.
Yeah.
We're so much better than that. It's disgusting. We're not doing anything but making them look down and giving them a reason to do the things that some of them do. So no, that's not any better. Not any better. So again, you know, I'm not going into that. I'm just stating things like that happen because people get to this point where, you know, it's one extreme or the other. Let me put it that way. We definitely cannot just look the other way and go on about our lives. But at the same time, you don't do things like that you know, that was dumb. So we have to pay attention to it. We have to look at it. That's why it's so important. I say this all the time when I do these things that we get 100 likes to get this out in the algorithm. So more than just this little group of people here sees this. Everybody needs to know this is happening. You know, even if it's not in our area, not you know, it doesn't directly affect us. We don't know when it will directly affect us. If it's allowed to keep happening, shit rolls downhill. We know that. Eventually it's going to catch up. And who knows?
Yeah.
You may be the next person to be, and not you, obviously, because you're not here, sir. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So they need to take accountability. They need to have full transparency. And if somebody makes a mistake, you did it. Accept it. Tell us you did it. As we've all taught our children for years, at least I hope, because I know I was taught that way. If you lie about something, you get in more trouble. If you come out and be honest about it, yes, you're going to get in some trouble, but nothing like what you would when you got in trouble, when you lied about it, folks. And it's the same thing with these scenarios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got to people
if you tell the truth, you don't have to keep looking over your shoulder if you tell the truth.
That's right. That's right. Welcome, Sandy. Good to see you. That's right. People make mistakes. We're not perfect, obviously. So just take the, accountability for the mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've taken accountability for my mistakes in here, doing what I do. It's the same thing. Different circumstances, but same thing. You have to take full accountability for what you've done and fix that.
Yeah.
And people are, and we're accepting. Okay, we don't hold grudges, most of us, as a whole. Okay, you take accountability. You did this. That was wrong. Let me fix it now. Let's move forward and do it right the next time. That's the way it's got to be.
Yeah. 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 I agree all the way, Dago. Yeah. I agree all the way.
And that's really all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, it's good, it's good to have these events and try to put the world to right, I mean, why not? Hell, we've all got a right to speak up, haven't we?
I mean, I'm obviously one person. Me and this group of amazing people in here are not possibly going to do this, but if it gets out there and gets around and people see this and they hear about it and they're like, wait a minute, and if we do it the right way, okay, if we speak on it the right way, and if we show it and talk about it the right way and show others how to do it the right way, something maybe can happen from it,
Yeah.
That is absolutely right. Thank you, Sherry. Life is too short to be angry all the time.
I'm just answering that. Yeah, that's the way I think. Yeah, it is. That says it all to me.
Yeah,
because
exactly. Good afternoon, Mother. That's this lady here on the screen is the one that taught me this. You accept accountability for the mistakes you've made. You try your very best not to make those mistakes again. But like I said, if you lie about it, you're going to get 10 times more of a repercussion than what you would get if you came out and said, hey guys, I did this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, or whatever it is. Let's work on making it better next time. Period. So
can I say hello to your mother, Dago?
There she is right there.
I'd like to say hello. I'd like to say hello to you, Mrs. Gosnell, or if I can call you Ruth, or
you going whatever you'd like, sir.
Well, hello anyway.
She said she spoke to you. She said she had spoken to you last week. She was in here, and I said he probably didn't see it, Mom. So.
Oh well, I do apologize if I missed that. If I looked away for a second, I may have missed it. So I apologize.
That's what I figured too. No big deal. No big deal.
So I beg your forgiveness.
No need for that. No need for that, Michael. The pen is mightier than the sword. That's a good point.
Brian. I'm here at your service again, Brian.
Exactly, Salty. Accountability and transparency. And I'm telling you right now, if these things come into play and start to become a regular thing, people are going to be happy. They're going to be happier because then they'll know and more trusting and more accepting of certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's right.
She says, hello, sir. How are you? And then she says, laugh out loud. You have it when you asked for her. I apologize. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm just replying to that now. I think I spotted her. Was she on your webcam just briefly last week?
Yeah, she was standing here behind me the day she came to visit me for my birthday, right?
Ah, very nice. Very distinguished looking lady. Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she is very much so. Very classy. Very proud to call her my mother.
God bless you, Mrs. Gosnell. Yeah. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dan.
So, is there anybody? I'm glad you jumped up here, Michael. I appreciate that. Is there anybody else that wants to join us to speak on this whatsoever? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this because, again, it's a real deal subject, folks. It's really happening. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a theory. It's not anything like that. It's happening in front of our faces, folks. Yes, it's the main meatball mom.
Thing is, Dago, with the Delphi thing, if Richard Allen doesn't make it, I don't like saying this, but if he doesn't make it to the full trial and the whole caboose,
Right.
they won't reinvestigate it, will they? It's going to be like the Idaho thing. If
I
Brian
really, you know what, Michael? I really don't think they will. I don't think that. Yeah, like you said, kind of like the Idaho scenario. A lot of people believe that if Brian were to be exonerated or whatever, and it's dropped, and they move on, that there will be no further investigation. And I truly feel the same way in regards to Delphi. I sadly hate to say that. I would like to believe that they would look into something further. But if something were to happen to him, I feel like that would be the end of it right there. And I hate to say that, just like you, but I do believe that.
I've just got a feeling that's their end game. I might
Yeah.
be wrong, I might be wrong. I'll admit it if I'm wrong, but I've just got a feeling that, I don't know, that's their end game,
Right. Kelly Mack made a statement in here. I'm trying to find it over on this side. That dead men can't tell secrets. I mean, you've heard
Dead
that.
men tell no tales. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
Eddie. I've got you, Eddie. Yeah. I don't know.
Yes. I feel that way. In a lot of in a lot of aspects, I truly do. And it's sad. It's sad. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that is
Oh,
sad.
God, yeah.
Because truthfully, the way we're looking at the case now, okay, at this point, Richard Allen is a suspect. That's all there is to it, the way that it's being presented to us. So if something, pray to God it doesn't, but does happen to him,
Yeah.
there's nobody else to look at because that was the main suspect. So they're going to let it be and move on.
Yeah. That's the.
Um, As Salty says, that she thinks it was their end game, but now eyes are watching, so something may have to change, and I can agree with that. I definitely can.
Thanks, Eddie Van Halen's guitar pick. That's just two of mine. I think I've got 6 at the moment. Sorry, Dago.
No apologies. Go for it. That's what it's all about. Is that a Les Paul in the one on the left there, Michael?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I've
Beautiful.
also, I'll sound like I'm bragging here, but I've also got a Fender Telecaster, which was made in the US. It's an original.
An original, the good ones, right?
Yeah. Not Mexican, although some Mexicans are okay. But
I had a red and white Mexican, and the sound is completely different. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not a Gibson, Kelly Mack. It's a Yamaha. I've had it 20 years and it plays beautiful. The wood has matured and it's a warm, beautiful sound,
Right.
Thank you, Vix. Thank you, love. Are you gonna come up, Vix? I want to hear that slightly Aussie accent.
Exactly who she reminds me of too.
Come on, Vix, come up. I want to hear that slight British, English, Aussie accent. No, if you don't want to, I understand. Okay.
I mean, everybody's welcome to express their opinions on this. I'd love to hear from you guys for it. I really do.
Yeah, well, Vix has some good ideas and good version, good
What are
opinions.
you, Brian? Good to see you, Brian, by the way. I'm glad you're here, brother. Where did that go? Talking about attacks on a Pittsburgh water plant. Really? That's news to me. I didn't see that this morning.
Oh, you play a strat, do you, Eddie? Right. Well, I'm left-handed. I don't know if you noticed that by the profile picture there.
Internet crimes. There we go. Welcome, Vix. Can you hear me?
Oh, she's come up.
Are you there?
Beautiful lady.
Can you hear me?
Here we are. Hello. How are
There
you?
you are. Welcome. How are you today?
Here I am. I'm good. How are you? How's
I'm
everyone?
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you
That's
for
good.
joining us.
Looking well. Loving the tree.
Thank you.
Very festive.
Hello, Vince.
Yeah. Hi, Michael. How's it going? I like
Going
your
good.
avatar.
Thank you.
Looks very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I like to show
Mm,
off now and again, You know how it
yeah.
is.
I'm about as
Uh,
Aussie as you are, or I think I'm about as Michael Caine as you are. Me being
Yeah, but
Australian, but actually,
you
I,
know,
people have
you
said
do,
I,
I
I,
hate
I I must
Michael.
have
I
picked
hate
it up
Michael
somewhere.
Caine.
you do, you do kind of
You
give me.
you
That's
hate
why I
what?
agree with him, that Aussie drawl a little bit when you speak, Vic. I've always thought that.
She has got an Aussie
Yeah,
drawl. She has, yeah.
yeah. I think I picked it up from somewhere. Well,
You know,
you
put
spend
put
time in
another
a
burger
country
on the
because we're
barbie.
all
Put another burger on
another
the
burger.
barbie.
Yeah,
Sheila.
that weren't my
Let
job.
me,
I did the salad. Yeah.
let me throw this up here.
Mhm.
Brian was talking about this just a few seconds ago, and I didn't know anything about this. Just to give everybody a little bit of an insight to what he was talking about. It's a little off subject, but it's still important. So,
I'm Erica
real quick
Stanish,
here.
and tonight we begin with breaking news. We're learning an Iranian-backed cyber group is responsible for a cyber attack at the Aliquippa Water Authority today. The water authority confirms one of its booster stations was hacked, but says its water was never at risk. You've been hacked. That's part of the message sent by an Iranian-backed group called Cyber Avengers today as it hacked the Aliquippa Water Authority. The chairman of the board of directors
Real quick for anybody that doesn't know, Aliquippa is in Pennsylvania. Sorry.
at the water authority tells KDKA an alarm went off at the booster station as soon as it happened, and crews were able to disable the system. The station impacted monitors and regulates pressure for Raccoon and Potter townships. The water authority says part of the software that was hacked is Israeli owned. And according to the Cyber Avengers X page, the group has taken responsibility for several worldwide attacks, including 10 water treatment plants in Israel as of October 30th. The Water Authority spokesperson tells KDKA they're now operating that system manually and stresses at no time was the drinking water or water supply at risk. And state police were called to that booster station today, and we're told they've now opened a criminal investigation into the cyber attack.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, we knew
it,
it was coming. It's going
yeah,
to get worse. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. And we've been warned, that's the one thing that I have never agreed with all of this. What we have now is that it is very, in my opinion, accessible to people that want to harm us in that sense. Whether
Yeah.
it be through banks or whatever, it's very possible. So people need to know, and things need to be able to be manually handled per se, and so on and so forth. In my opinion, we need to be able to process things manually. So it's been there's been a lot, Brian. Yeah, in the past 48 hours. That one I didn't know about, but I've heard. They need to get a handle on this very quickly. In my
It's
opinion.
coming. It's
I know
coming.
it sounds,
All the
yeah, I
fun
was
and
going to
games.
say, yeah,
All right.
Sorry.
no, sorry, it's probably a delay.
Yeah.
No, I know it sounds really extreme, but imagine if nobody could access the internet. What the hell? I mean, I think about that a lot. What if that was to just suddenly disappear?
Well, and I've thought about that. It's scary, okay? But if nobody could access
Mhm.
the internet, we would
Mm.
basically have to figure out how to go back to things in 1985 when we didn't have an internet
Yep.
and things were
I,
okay.
have
You
you got a
know,
home phone?
I don't,
I don't have
but I could. I
No,
could.
I don't either. And they've shut all the banks, all the branches that used to be around, local banks, things like that. Don't know. I suppose we would. Yeah, we would have to cope. But wow, just imagine the chaos. But that's what they do. They like
Yes.
to do chaos. That's their thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, you guys, we survived. I remember the 80s being a great decade, to me at least. And we
Mm.
survived, pretty good in my opinion. I have a wall jack in here that I know if I plug my phone into it, it'll work. That's just the way it is. That's
Have
okay.
you still got the brick that goes with it, like one of
That
those
I
old phones?
I don't. I'm sure I could find one at a yard sale or something somewhere because that's what they do with them
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
can you imagine though, if everything goes, the cashless society, and then it
yeah,
all crashes?
Right,
We don't,
right,
yeah.
we don't have notes in our pockets. Well, you in the US call them bills,
right.
but
Mm.
but us in the UK call them, notes.
Oh, rock chalk.
Mhm.
And then we go all
Mm.
cashless society, all digital,
Yeah,
and
Yep,
that all crashes. What the hell
I
do you
think.
do
that's
then? Do you go
that's
back to
true.
living in caves or what?
Well, I mean, I think it would
It'll-
take a little bit of time, but I think they could put things back in a sense without all of this and make things happen. You
Mm.
know what I mean?
I've forgotten how to write. Somebody asked me to take down a number or something the other day. I couldn't even find a pen, and
Thank you,
it's
Eddie Van Halen.
bizarre what you've been used to doing without. But yeah, we'd have to. There'd be no choice. We'd have to. But how would, like Michael says, how would you get to the bank, because the cash would just flow out in about an hour and a half. I used to work in a bank. I know that they only keep a certain amount in there. People
Mhm.
would be scrambling, a bit like
It would be
Brexit, is it, when Greece was queuing up to get their money out of
Yeah.
accounts, and
right.
just, and if a note, as Michael said, or a bill is worth nothing, um, or because a lot of shops, I don't know about where you are, but they're all everything's cashless.
Hmm.
All the little corner shops and people like that, your little local, they're going out of business. I don't think it's entirely because of that, but um, yeah, it's rare that you can hand over cash now anywhere and have it
It's
accepted.
the
It's
it's the
almost like
rents.
a bad smell.
It's the rents, Vic. They're putting the rents up so they can't afford it. There's only the
Yeah, my
supermarkets or the
rent
superstores that
has
can
gone up.
survive.
Yeah, yeah. I think also, I mean, when I lived in the East End, coming back from Australia, my landlord, very perfectly okay. I mean, he's a Muslim guy. You get East End is heavy on that kind of. But he insisted on cash, and the East End is can be a bit dodgy. But I'd have to the limit on a taking out money at a till, so I'd have to go up there like sort of 3 times to get the cash for him in the winter, etc. And um, I don't know how he's going to get along, but it just made me wonder. It was an arrangement. It was fine. I could just about do that, but um, that is going to be, yeah, a thing of the past.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
that I think there should have always been some form of a backup plan in place in case, and it should be. It should be. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I feel like there hasn't been. Um, I mean, we all know how to survive. If we have the right resources at our fingertips, we could survive. We could just take it back to the way we were. The problem is
Yeah.
there is no, in my opinion, no backup plan for that. I mean, I would want to think our governments would have something in place to go ahead and handle that scenario, but I just, as shaky as it is to
Mm,
say, I feel like there really probably isn't. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah. Well,
and here's
if you
another
look at lockdown, if you look at like the way, in lockdown, it's like, right, everyone stay at home, la la la, within an hour, everyone, yeah, nodding their heads. And fair enough, we were all scared. And that, I think, was just like a practice run. I'm a terrible conspiracy theorist, but can you imagine if that day, and there you are trying to I get my shopping online, you know, my groceries even. I'd have to go to the shop, and then I'd have to find a way of getting hold of some cash, and it would be, as you say, going back into the 80s,
Mhm.
kind of, which
Thing
was,
is,
you know, not a bad thing.
the big thing is we would have to work together. Okay, we would have to come
Yeah,
together, as I do believe
yeah.
that the people of the world do. Unfortunately, when there is something bad that happens, that's when we all come back together. And then, you
Mm,
know, I do believe that that's how that works, and I've seen it. We saw it happen for
mm,
9/11, things like that is when people, I hate to bring that up, but that's when people kinda came together and said, "Okay, let's handle this. Let's deal with
yeah.
this," you know, and
Mm,
that would have to happen. We couldn't be fighting against each other over this.
mm,
We'd have to work together to make it work, and I think we could as a people. I do. You know, there'd have to
yeah.
be some
And
agreements,
there's
things with money and things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said also for growing your own food if you can, like the odd thing.
Yeah.
Um, I got the hang of it in Australia. Now in this weather, it's kind of, well, I can hope for spring onions, but um, I think yeah, spring onions on toast. I can make my own bread, but see, I'm going really, you know, to the what would we have to cope with? But I think you're right. We do. That's us. We are completely, yeah. When push comes to shove, we'd find a way.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Rock
Mm.
Chalk. Thank you. I just wanted to reply to her real quick. And this is another thing I just caught too, real quick, to let you guys see this real fast.
Hospitals working around the clock to get back to full operations after a cyber attack. This happened at Idaho Falls Community Hospital and Mountain View Hospital on Monday. Both hospitals posted about it on their social media pages. The Associated Press reports it forced the hospitals to close some of its clinics. You can read more about this right now at ktvb.com.
That's it, wisdom.
It is happening little by little. It's obviously that group that they're saying is hitting different places, you know. Everything just needs to stay calm, in my opinion, and we could work through this. We can work through
Mm.
this. So
Yeah.
Wow. This woman is stuck up.
yeah, yeah.
Stuck
No,
up.
no, no, no. I'm not going to Idaho, Salty. I was just showing another one of those attacks. That's all. Um, so it just
Yes.
it's everybody needs to stay calm and let the hopefully the government handle things the way they need to, and hopefully we can work through those things. You know what I mean?
I'm from Irish
Yeah. I
descent.
mean.
Most of my family are from Ireland, Cindy. My
Oh,
Mm.
what?
grandparents, uncles and aunties were from Ireland, the Republic. I'm guessing that's where you're from.
Who's that?
Yeah, Salty. There have been some cyber attacks that have happened around the states and stuff like that in different places. I was just showing. One was a water treatment plant in Pittsburgh. The other one was
Why don't you
a
come up,
hospital.
Cindy, and let's hear you talk? Why don't you come up? Come up on panel.
A hospital
Who?
in
Who is that?
Idaho Falls is what it was, Salty. And they're talking about others that are going down too. So I didn't see it either. But it's an Iranian group of hackers that are doing this, they're saying, and they're working on, I guess, getting it under control. So uh internet.
Mm.
Um
Some people.
all right, Josie, 1 second here. Why, what's going on? Am I missing something over here?
Yeah, I can't see chat, so I don't know what's happening.
I don't see it either.
And of course, we're British and we can't say a word. Oh
My
man.
name is Michael Collins Kelly. That is actually my name. I'm from Irish stock. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the Republic of Ireland.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
See,
we've
they
got.
know, and they know the troubles. I mean, with what happened, my uncle was from Belfast, but he was Catholic, and He had all the IRA. So that, I mean, they're still sore, but they kind of react the way that you'd expect. And I think that they've been set up recently with what went down there. It's like you can't pick on an Irishman. No, they've had enough. They have had enough.
I don't
I was in
understand.
Ireland. I was in Ireland not too long ago. Fantastic country.
Yeah,
Lovely
I
people.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd love to go there. Yeah, everything has always been on my doorstep, and suddenly I've opened up to seeing, the UK differently. I think you have to go away to come back to see, exactly what you've been missing, really. Even though, it's changed quite a bit, but yeah, Ireland is on the old bucket list.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And
Yeah.
everybody would love to go to Ireland. It's absolutely gorgeous over there.
I did a tour,
Yeah.
north, west coast, down to the south, Killarney, Ring of Kerry,
Yeah.
Dublin. Stayed in
Were
Belfast,
you?
Dublin,
Yeah.
Galway.
Were you in a
Oh, beautiful.
camper, or were you in a
No, I
camper
went on-
van,
I
or
went-
did you just?
I went on a coach, Vic.
Let's see if I can find
Oh,
this.
okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm going to go again. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Does look stunning, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I like Scotland, the Highlands, but the west coast of Ireland is just as good as the Highland of Scotland,
Well, you've got the Giant's Causeway, is it? I mean, it almost
Yeah.
links that part. That looks amazing.
That was on my bucket list. I've got some great photographs of that, on the causeway.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Real
fantastic.
quick. Shanae, if you want to dial that number on the bottom, if you can dial into it, it'll call into my voice program, and I can bring you in as a call if you'd rather do it. If it's easier that way, 234-703-4047. We'll see if that works for you. It should be able to, because I have it pulled up now, and we should be able to make it happen. Let me see. Browser settings. Quick call. Okay, that's all on. That's off. Give me one moment, folks. I'm just trying to make sure this works for her in case she wants to do this.
Fine.
Your address bar, allow sites to place down, click add, and then okay, other. I think it should be working. I had it all set up already. Let me see. Turn on web. Okay, under my devices. 1 second here. Where's it at? That's on.
Is
Yeah.
this our lady?
I'm sorry. This would be Shanae. She's trying to.
Oh, okay.
And it wouldn't allow her to come up on the panel like you two were, but for some reason,
Yeah, I was trying to do my Northern Irish accent. I loved my uncle so much. He died quite a while ago now, 20 odd years ago, but he was a big part of our life, and I just loved his humor and his outlook. He was just fabulous.
Yeah, it's the whole attitude of them.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm still in touch with the family, and his his son was in Australia. I spent a lot of time with him, and even my son knows his little idiosyncrasies, and he never met the guy, because that's how far someone can travel even after they've died, that you're picking up their little sayings. And that was his son. We used to have a good old crack over there. It was good fun.
Okay, Murky Piddle, yeah. From Dingle, yeah.
Dingle.
Lispole, Murky. Where's Lispole? I don't know that. I'm sorry. I know
Okay.
Dingle.
I've worked how to get chat. I can see everything now.
All right, we should be able to do this. If anybody wants to call in, it should call through now because I had this all set up. Shanae, if you want to try to call in that way, go for it. The number there on the bottom of the screen is 234
Oh, okay, Mackie. Okay.
703-4047. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. And that goes for anybody. If you'd rather call in that way than come on the panel, you're welcome to try that.
Hey, Nonny, she's here.
Thank you, Katie. I'm just here for a good time, not an argument.
Not a long time. Yeah.
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 Dinky's got a show tonight about 9:30, I think.
He's got his own channel now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He's doing good over there. If we can put Dinky's link out, guys,
Wow.
please do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did, Ashley. We covered the transcripts from the Delphi thing. I can go back and look at it again if you guys need me to that missed it. Welcome, Terry. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Nonny. Is his what's his YouTube name like? Is it the same as his?
Dinky hyphen IMO.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then you've got to do one, Michael, and get your guitar out. You can do
He's
your
got
own
a channel.
intro.
Michael has a channel.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I feel a bit left out now. all we need is Nelly. Actually, I'd love to go and see Nelly in Wales. I've never been there either. Should be ashamed.
Ah, she's great. Yeah. She's great, Nelly is.
Yeah. I just want to be in her kitchen with all the
Yeah,
rain and the dogs.
looks nice there. Yeah. I told her, I think it was last week, I says, "You're my favorite posh bird," and she took it so well, she says, I'm trying, but no, she's lovely. She's a lovely bird.
My I suppose you call him my stepdad. He used to call my mum his posh bird from Fulham. That's how he'd introduce her to everybody. Oh. It's my posh bird from Fulham, innit? Yeah.
I was talking to a lady in a place called Matlock, which is about 15 miles, little town near me. And she was so London, so Cockney. And she said, "Do you know what times the buses are?" Well, as soon as she said that, I knew she was a Cockney, but she was lovely. I said, "Are you a pearly queen then?" She says, "No, I'm not quite a pearly queen, but we had a nice little chat for about 10 minutes. Those little things in life,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the East End, you let your accent go wherever you are in London. Depends who you're talking to, I suppose. But no, it's still diverse. It's still good.
I know with the Americans, it seems to fascinate them that how many accents there are in this little island we're living on.
We're so tiny, aren't we? Well, you can tell it's because of all that warring and all that borders and boundaries, and that's mine, not yours. Which it seemed to work for a long time, but it's a different place now, I guess.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So, things have to change.
Well, yeah, it's getting a bit excessive, I've got to say.
We're getting overcrowded and all.
We're going to sink. Be like being on a raft.
Yeah, Venice sinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Dinky goes live at 9:30. Sorry, Dagon. I'm not wanting to
Oh
take over.
no, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. Welcome, Eve. Absolutely fine. Don't even worry about it.
I wanted to support him on his first show, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
100%.
Is
I
it
will.
is it crime? Is it crime or
Yeah.
yeah? Uh-huh.
That's what he's building up to, I believe. Yeah, you know, he
That's
took the
great.
plunge to do it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be there. That's good. Yeah.
I
For
think
deaths.
I think
For
Nellie's
Defo.
going to go on and go on panel. You know.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. What
But
time?
sorry, go on.
What time were you doing that again, Michael?
9:30.
Which would be that's your time, so that would
Yeah,
be.
sorry. Yeah. I don't know.
In half an hour. Yeah,
Oh,
in half
okay.
an hour.
Okay. Well, we
Of
will
course,
definitely
yeah.
go over there and support Dinky for sure.
As I say, Dago, I'm not trying to, you know, drag everybody away from us, you know.
No.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not worried about that.
it's all the same if we all jump over there. It's not
Yeah.
no big deal. I've seen
Yeah, I
that happen.
definitely will go support him for sure.
But I think Dago wraps up around that time anyway, roughly, don't you, Dago? You know.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Take care, mother. Oh, hold on, I got a call coming in, guys. 1 second
Okay,
here.
Miss Gosnell, yeah, nice,
Thank you
nice
for
to meet
joining
you,
us,
and,
mother. I appreciate you.
take care,
Hello,
Miss Gosnell.
Bye, Ruth. Nice to meet you.
can you hear me?
Call from Terry Martin.
All
To
right.
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Can you hear me, Terry?
Yeah, I can. I'm not bouncing, am I?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I have this set up so that it's finally going through my system now and everybody can hear it rather than trying to deal with my stupid phone. So, and
Yeah, I haven't been on.
Hello. Hello.
Where did everybody go? It's dark in here.
Hello, Leslie. I'm fine, thanks. Are you?
okay. Can you repeat that, Terry? Because I got knocked out for a second. Say that one more time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
No, I thought you were talking to me. I was like, hang up.
No.
No, okay. No, it seems like all I'm finding anymore, because there's lack of evidence for anything, right?
Yeah.
So now everybody's going after each other for crimes.
Oh yeah. That's been happening for a while.
No, I mean, I know it has, but I mean, it is really bad.
Yes.
What is going on?
I don't know. I'm trying to stay as far away from it as I possibly can, even though it doesn't really happen. But you know, there's been people, you know, have come after me and put me in the middle of things and this and that. And regardless of whether I stay away from it or not, like I said, it still has a tendency to rub up against. So it's just honest to God, in my opinion, I'll be honest with you, Terry. I feel like the Idaho case has brought out the absolute worst in most people. You know, even though you try not to get involved in stuff like that, it still happens. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I think it's coming from, because there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on with that case, as we all know, and a lot of different, you know, theories and opinions and stuff. So that's my opinion.
I wasn't watching anything. I apologize, but I wasn't watching anything for like a couple days. And did JLR just get booted off because of True Crimes and Lives, or Doctor, or whatever his name is?
I have no idea. I didn't see anything about
Yeah,
that.
he just booted him off. And then he got on today, and between, I don't even know who's the guy telling everybody
Who's this lady we're talking? Who's this lady that's on?
for the families and everybody else that has been invested in this. They have to listen to people calling each other horrible names.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're not. That's why it's different.
Right. I appreciate that. It's very sad. And Sherry's got a good point too. She says, in her opinion, the gag order has people losing their darn common sense, and that's a good point, Sherry. Thank you for saying it. And this is what it is, Terry. In my opinion, is because the gag order, we can't get factual information that we need to be able to see to understand what's going on. So in turn, a lot of people have invented things. A lot of people have turned things out that are just not, commonsensical. So it's turning people against each other because one person is going to put something out that doesn't make any sense, and another person's looking at it going, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then they attack them and start calling them names, and it goes back and forth. You think that's where a lot of this has come from? So, good point.
And I'm sorry, I just had to give you a call on this one because this is really not right. I mean, if you don't have information, you talk about some other case.
Sure.
There's so many cases right now that are out there. I mean, my God, we have school shootings, church shootings, mall shootings, just anything.
Absolutely.
I mean, and yet nobody wants to deal with those. So what is it about Idaho case that's so big?
It's because it's been made that big with everything that we've seen in it. I mean, it's been ongoing for nonstop for a year and then some at this point. Okay.
Well, I read somewhere that it's a big.
Oh Lord, what just happened here? Hold on, I'm sorry. Call back, Terry, if you can hear me. Sorry about that. Actually, let me try this. Let's see if I can try to call her back.
Hi, you've reached
She's trying to call me back right this. Go ahead and try to call back, Sherry. It must have dumped the call. I'm sorry. Or I'll
Say
call
it like
you.
it is, Nonny. Nonny just says it the way it should be.
Hi,
Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try to dial back in, Terry. I'm sorry. There we go. Are you there?
welcome, Terry Martin.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I don't know how that happened. I'm sorry.
I don't either, and that's okay. No big deal. It's just that I mean, nobody in the entire crowd even believes in any of this, right? They think, oh, it's all just whatever. But my thing is that I don't think that they're making things up. People are making things up and calling people out on things for no reason, just to keep it going so they can make money. And I know you're not like that. And I know the people that you have on are not like that. And I'm tired of it.
Right.
And I think a lot of viewers are too.
I agree. Definitely. And that's why we have to keep doing it the way we're doing it, because there's so many other places that you can go to, and you're like you said, a lot of people are tired of it. And
I mean, it's like they're making things up
yes
to blame others and say, well, they sold that for me and they sold that and I did it. And it's like, what?
Absolutely.
We're talking about kids. We're talking about murders. We're talking about, who cares?
That's right. And that's you're right. And thank you for saying that, because that is my biggest problem right now with Idaho. Everybody has lost focus on why we're actually doing this. And it is to bring justice to the victims of the Idaho Corps and their families. Everybody else is so worried about what everybody else is doing, who's getting money, who's not getting money, who's doing this and who's doing that, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. That has nothing to do with what happened.
You know how much money probably is being brought into Idaho right now? because of all of this?
It's very possible. Very possible.
I'm just curious, but I started to think about that. There's somebody behind the scenes. It's like the Oz, behind the curtains,
Mm-hmm.
and he's running the show, and we are all just, skipping down the yellow brick road. And there's been way too many things happening in our country at the moment
Right.
that we need to focus upon.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I do definitely agree with you on that. There's a lot.
I mean,
a lot.
it's been a year. They haven't found crap. They've hid things. They've said they've hid things. I think they all planned it. Whatever. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? There are other murders that are going on. There are shootings in colleges. There are shootings in churches. There are shootings in high. And are we being terrorized? Are we having terrorism in our country?
Oh,
We don't
absolutely.
even know it.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I do. Welcome, Canadian Cat Lady. Good to see you. I feel that there's domestic terrorism going on all over in certain senses, not to mention, the things we actually can see. Okay.
I mean, I'm talking to you about stuff that nobody wants to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody wants to talk about anything that I know. And you know why? Because everybody's got I honestly think whoever is in charge is saying, look this direction.
Gotcha. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you.
And everything is happening on a daily basis. Every day you open up and something else that I noticed, the mainstream media is now being controlled by somebody different.
Well, that's been going on for a while. Yeah, I agree with that, and has been for a while, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on, and I think we're all supposed to be looking at Idaho. That we should maybe look this forward, because guess what? Look what's happened in Ohio over the past year.
Yes. The train derailment,
And
all
not
sorts of
one
different
time have we
things.
covered it.
Well, I covered the train derailment in Ohio, and I covered the there was a sex trafficking ring. I covered that. I covered the missing children out of Cleveland. I cover a lot of those things. I didn't get to cover the shooting in oh Lord.
And next to me.
Yes.
And which I told you about on.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to cover that one.
I'm not blaming you, okay? If I was blaming you, I wouldn't be talking to you.
No, I understand. Welcome, Lisa and
I'm
Canelli.
saying that people have got to start realizing that there is something going on in our country,
Mm-hmm.
and get off of the freaking Idaho. Because you know what? That is horrid. But there is so much horridness going around us.
It's a smoke
Every
and mirrors. Yeah, you're right. And it's a smoke and mirrors situation. Like, look at this whole thing over here. All this is happening over here. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't see this, but see this. And it's enough. It's enough. That's why I've kind of redirected my attention in some senses, and that's why for certain scenarios, when there is an active shooter going on, regardless of where it's at, I try to bring it to you guys only because there's people that are in here that are all over the place that could be in that area, that could be close to this, or have people that are close to that need to see this is going on. In a sense, some of us are like the news. You know what I mean? It gives the real things. It shows you what's
let's be honest,
really going on.
Don't you think that we are the news? I mean,
we've said that. Quite a few creators have brought that out and said, because mainstream media is very hard to trust, other than the local stuff that's very local. That's for us, me and you, what we pick up here locally out of Youngstown and stuff like that is what we're going to see. That is, okay, I'll trust that. National news, I have big problems with, because it brings us one thing, then we do our research in here, come to find out it's something completely different. So that's why we report it to you guys, because if not, you guys aren't going to get the true facts on what's going on in some senses. And it's sad, it's very sad.
But they're trying to I honestly believe that they are sticking people in here that are trying to, corrupt the entire system.
You're not the only one that thinks that, hon. I've had a lot of people say that to me, that they're putting optives or whatever you want to call operatives in here to try to redirect your attention to different things and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not going to say that that's fact because I don't know, but
No, you don't know it's
it
fact.
does make sense.
Thing is that they know they have it because we are not able to say it's fact. And here's the thing. My husband, I told him from the day one, I said, listen, I don't know any of this. I started 3 years ago and I said, I'm just going to watch it, see what happens. And things started happening and nothing was reported on the news.
Right.
And I was like, wow, are we living in a tunnel? And he still doesn't believe me.
Should have got a chicken sandwich.
The attitude of, oh, well, you're just hearing what you want to hear.
Yeah, and a lot of people are. Hold on a second here. 1 second, Terry. And Vix, welcome back. I need to fix something. Now, there's an issue over here.
Hey.
1 second here.
Hey, hi everyone. How you going?
Hello?
I'm here, Terry. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay, one moment. And hi, Optum.
Hi.
That, what do you call the elephant in the room?
Yes.
Puppies.
Nobody wants to address it.
I'm trying to. One second, Terry. I accidentally hit that on accident with Sherry. I'm trying to fix that now. I didn't mean to do that. It was an accident. I'm trying to fix it now. Hold on a second. Give me 1 moment, folks. That happens all the time with these. One second here.
Hey. Lily, stop.
1 second, guys. Sorry. I hit a button and it was too close to somebody else and accidentally hit that person, and I didn't mean to.
Ouch.
Yeah. Sorry, Noni, if you can hear me, I didn't mean to. Wrong person.
Where did Michael go?
I don't know where Michael dropped off. He haven't seen him come backstage. I don't know what happened, but. Whoa.
Hey, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dago, hi, happy birthday. I know it's late.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you very much.
I wasn't able to keep up with the program because my channel was down, but I'm using my business channel. I was hoping everything's going okay, and I'm so grateful for your program and everything that you do here. I just wanted to make sure I told you that.
Thank you very much. Very, very much. I appreciate that so very much.
Yeah, if it's loud over here, I apologize. I didn't mean for it to be, so I'm driving as usual. I think I drive like all day.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't really have anything else to say besides that I really love your channel and I thank you for it.
I absolutely appreciate
for
that,
being
and you
here.
are welcome. Yes, ma'am. I try the best I can. I appreciate that. Hold on 1 second here.
Hey,
I cannot seem to. Go ahead.
I'm gonna opt out because yeah. If you can help me opt out, I'm driving.
It's hard to hear you.
Yeah, if you can opt out, because I don't think it's good for me to do this while driving.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
That's fine, hon, and I appreciate you.
Nice to meet you, Optum.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Very much. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, Optum. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. There we go. Sherry, I'm trying to get her back, Noni back, and I can't.
Are you talking to me?
I'm still. Hold on, Terry. I'm still trying to get. I moved somebody out that I was not trying to move, and I'm trying to get her back, and I can't. I can't
Well,
find her in
I'm
the.
going to let you go because all I want to know is if we're going to get this country back together. people have
I
to
hope
come
so.
Together
I
instead of
hope
doing
so.
and true crime is not the way to do it apparently, and it's
No,
starting to make me mad.
no, I agree with
mean,
you.
because
I agree with you on that, and I appreciate your input on that too, Terry, because you are
and by the
absolutely
way,
right.
no, I and you know I try. I've always had an open mind, but right now it's off.
I don't blame
Okay,
you. I don't blame
a
you.
lot of things going on, and nothing is covered. And it's not that I don't even know anything about any of the other things. Because I only know about Idaho.
Right.
And you know what? That's because I think we have been pointed that direction.
I can
And
agree
I'm
with you.
tired of it. I'm not stupid. And I have a lot of smart people in a lot of smart places. And these guys that have killed Navy SEALs, they're Navy SEALs, Navy SEALs, hot people are saying, you are being fooled. Hello?
I'm here. I'm listening.
I'm just saying, they're saying to me, you're being fooled. And listen, go with your gut, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going by gut with you because I love you so.
I appreciate
And,
that so very much.
and that, it's not because I don't want you to cover Idaho, because then you would lose your people following, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You would. Be honest.
Well, in some senses, I would. I'm going to cover Idaho when there's something new to talk
The
about.
thing is, that's what is frustrating the hell out of these people until they're going after each other like sharks.
Yes,
And it's unbelievable.
I do agree. I do. It's insane. That's why I've stepped away from Idaho in some senses, because there's nothing to talk about. There's no reason to talk about it until there is. So that's why, I do. And that's why I brought up some of these other cases that need to be looked at, and need to be talked about. And I
You
will.
want to know something? I don't even know what the Delphi case is about.
Well, see, that's why we're going to be covering that from the beginning again to show everybody.
And that's what I think people need to start doing, is to start from the get-go of other cases.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Cases that are just popping up. We have shooters that are shooting kids, and nobody's talking about it.
You are right. That is very sad. Very sad.
So, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But
you don't need to apologize. You're right. You are right. It's sad. That's why I've tried to bring up other things, bring it to light, talk about it, this and that. And what's sad about this is I've had people literally, this bothers me. I'll be honest. I'm glad you said this, Terry. I'll be honest with you, because I've had people come into my chat, and you guys have seen this, that if I start talking about something in the midst of, us talking about Idaho, and I say something about this, I've had people come in, type in my chat and say, okay, I'm leaving. I want to talk about Idaho and you're not. Bye. What? That's just ignorance. I'm sorry. There's other things that need to be looked at, talked about, brought to attention, and people just, all they want is to center in on Idaho. People saying, I can't talk about anything besides Idaho. I can't handle anything besides Idaho. Then you're in the wrong community, folks. True crime is spread throughout everything, not just Idaho. So it's important.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because people in true crime right now their big thing is, well, I said it first.
Yeah, that does happen.
It's like, oh my God, does that make you feel good?
It does happen, and it's not a game. It's not a race. It's not about that, and it should not be. There's been days that it's been 4 days that I got some information, and I've waited 4 days to bring it out just because I got life going on. And people are like, well, we already got that from this person. Do you have something new? No, but this is me talking about it.
No, it's not the people that are listening that are saying it. It's the true crime people,
the creators. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, you're right.
they're the ones that are saying, I mean, listen to Atlanta every time. You got this for me first. I got it first. She turned me off right away
I've heard it.
because of that. But I'm just saying, all I know is, all I watched today was fighting. I'm tired of it. I even, so and now I'm telling my husband, I'm like, oh, you want to hear the next fight? Here's one. And he's like, oh my God, is that all they ever do? I'm like, yeah, it turns into fighting amongst each other.
It's
They
fact.
don't even report true crime. I've never heard you fight. So I will say that. Even when you had that weirdo Dave guy on,
Yeah, I got you.
you took it, and I was proud of you.
Well, thank you. I
So
I always try to be the bigger person.
I was very proud of you. I mean, Ohio is probably one of the biggest traffickers and anything, right?
Yes, ma'am. Everything.
And we are doing our job by trying to be good people and make sure I'm not being Kim and putting my kids out on the line. I mean, who would do that? I
Yeah,
thought that was weird.
yeah. You don't want to
I
do
mean,
that.
I don't care if she's right or wrong. Don't get up there and tell, oh, I didn't mean to say that. That was my kid's name. I
Right.
mean, really?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I do.
I mean, you do it and you do it the right way. Like I said, I come from white collar and blue collar workers, but they run a lot of the little areas around here.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never put them, and they would die if they knew that. My husband is almost ready to say, you quit because now it's getting scary.
Yes, I agree. I do agree. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I just don't know when.
Well, I'm always available to take phone call most of the time. I get calls from a lot of people.
But not without, I want it on something, that's not on.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like not without doing this. I understand. And we can do that.
Yeah.
Just send me a message or whatever. Let me know when you have the time or you need to. I'll try to make
Okay.
time to be free to
I
do
would
it.
do that.
And we will do that. Absolutely. I'm
All right.
always available to you guys for any of that. Just so you know.
Hey, I think that you have an incredible channel, and I'm very proud to say that you are in Ohio. And
Thank
not
you.
too far from me.
I do appreciate that.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Take care. Again, thank you, Terry. I appreciate you so very much. Vix, thank you for joining us today. You are appreciated as well. So very much. And that goes for all of you guys. That link on screen, by the way, is to Dinky's channel, which when I jump off of here, guys, we are going to be, I hope, going over there to support Dinky in his channel because he definitely deserves it. Dinky puts out some great stuff. He's a very huge supporter of me and this channel in this community in all senses, folks. So, no worries, Nikki. You're never late. It's okay. But I'll tell you something right now, and welcome, Canadian Cat Lady. I don't know if you've seen this thing earlier, but Terry's right. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in this world. Okay. And if you go to most YouTube channels, and Ashley, please don't think you had to apologize. I saw that earlier. I wasn't attacking anybody that says that about Idaho and other stuff. That's not what I mean. I know most of you guys know mostly Idaho because a lot of you guys came into YouTube because of Idaho. I understand that. That's fine. And I absolutely appreciate and respect you all for that. But there have been other people that have left this channel because they thought I was nothing but Idaho coverage, and I'm not. I have covered multiple cases. My mods that are in here and the people that are in the Discord with us will tell you that I have talked. Yes, I have, Cat Lady. I'm sorry. I've talked about multiple things. Chelsea Grimm, Kylie Rodney, Deborah Collier, Aiden Clune. I mean, it's thousands of cases. Okay, and I will continue to do that. If you're not interested in it, I'm sorry. I understand, and it's nothing bad. Okay, it's something that needs brought out. So if I take a day and cover something other than what we have been regularly covering, it's okay. And if you don't want to watch it, that's okay too. I'm not upset with anybody about that. I have um I've stepped away from Idaho only because, and I don't want to say it's not completely away from Idaho. Okay. I am going, what's up, Walt Harris? Good to see you. I will only cover things in Idaho if it's something new, because we have covered everything, guys. We really have. If there's new documents, I'm going to give it to you. If there's something new that comes out, I'm going to give it to you. If something big happens, I'm going to give it to you. Until then, we really can't talk about anything else. We know that Brian Koberger is in custody. We know that Brian Koberger is the only suspect in custody. And we also only know, thank you, Salty. We also only know that. We know all these other things that have been talked about. That doesn't mean that they're real, okay? And that's why I've stepped away from it, because it's been a lot of insanity that's happened because of it, guys. And we're better than that, okay? But like I said, there's other cases of missing children. There's cases of missing adults. Missing persons, there's a big thing for me, okay? It always has been. Especially children, I've always covered those. We get cases where we have an active shooter popping out. I'm going to go directly to that and show you guys what's going on, because it may affect your area or you personally. I don't know. But that's why I do it. The Delphi case is a really serious issue right now, and that's why I'm covering it. I've covered a multitude of different things, and I will continue to do that. I am not a one case person. Before Idaho hit, you guys, I was covering, and Molly and Sherry and Brandy, they will all tell you this, for those of you that weren't here. I was covering 3 to 4 cases in 1 week. Okay. Literally all at the same time. But Idaho took so much out of me and drugged me so far into it that I had to finally pull myself out of that situation. So that is why, that's back, Molly. My intro itself, because Molly made that, shows that I'm not just an Idaho channel, and people should see that for what it is. Okay. And I'm trying to go back to that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I really am. But I need people's cooperation to understand that, like, I'm a true crime channel. I'm not an Idaho 4 channel. True crime is a wide realm of things, as you guys have seen. That even includes cold cases of things that are not solved yet. And I love looking at those, because there can be a lot of help from people on those. You know what I'm saying? And that's backed. So that's where I'm at with that kind of thing. So thank you, Terry, for bringing that to light, because it has become a truth. And then we see, like she said, all these other channels, there's so much drama that has become a big deal because of what has happened with Idaho, that we have to take it into effect and realize it's a problem now. I try to stay away from it as often as I can. Okay. I'm not saying that, well, it has happened though, Eddie, not you. Okay. Most of the people that are in here right now, they don't. Eddie says that nobody comes here with the expectation that it is just an Idaho 4 channel, in your opinion. A lot of those people aren't here anymore, Eddie, but there were some people. I was getting messages in my comment section. Why aren't you talking about Idaho? What about this? What about that? Why are you talking about this? I had a comment from a lady that said it was a missing person case. It was back when, God forgive me for not remembering her name right now. The woman who was last seen with her boyfriend, then they found her boyfriend sitting at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, passed out. That case, okay? I can't think of her name right now, and I feel so guilty about that, because there's so many names in my head. But anyway, when that happened, I was covering that. I was showing that, talking about that. Molly, you probably would remember. I had a comment from a lady. Actually, no, it was an email from a lady that said, why are you covering this case and not talking about. You're wasting your time covering this and not talking about the Idaho case right now. We're missing out on Idaho information, and nobody wants to hear about this missing person. I was appalled because people do want to hear about that. People do want to know about that. And it needs to be put out so that people can find out when this person's missing. It helps to get this out through social media for people to see. Yes, SRB, I do believe that was I can't think of her name, and I feel so ashamed. But anyway, I've had multiple phone messages. Okay. I've had emails. I've had comments from people like that. It's disgusting. And like I said, everybody that's in here now, they come in here knowing that I'm going to talk about different things. So I'm not saying any of you guys. I'm saying that there are and have been in the past. And I've tried to weed that out so people understand who I am and what I actually do cover. Okay. I covered, lots of different things. The Flora 4 case, Delphi, Deborah Collier with Kylie Rodney. And there's a lot of cases that in my mind, Summer Wells are not closed yet. Okay. So anybody that is in here and thinks that, I should only be covering Idaho, this isn't the channel for you. I don't think anybody's in here that feels that way. That's a fact at this point. 6 months ago, I had a lot of it. Naomi Watts, or not Naomi. Yes, but that was it. The Watts. Thank you, Molly. Exactly. So, and that's fact, SRB. Every case is important. That's why we do what we do, to get awareness out there, guys. It's so important. So important. And that's my point too, Brian. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. See? And that's what I'm saying. And you're right, Eddie. Now there is nobody in here, but there were. So I think that's probably going to do it for today, folks. Nobody seems to want to do that. And I do want, this is Dinky's first real show. I want to support him. I want you all to support him too. If we could please drop the link in chat one more time for Dinky's channel, the full link, I would really appreciate that. That's a fact too, Ashley. That's a great point. Every case would be solved if it had half the attention that Idaho gets. You're right. Bernadette, thank you for that so very much. $3 super sticker. That is very much appreciated. There it is. Thank you, Rach. Please, guys, as we end this show, I want to see everybody over at Dinky's live stream, his first show, and we need to show full love and support. So subscribe to that channel and show Dinky that we care, because we do. He deserves it. He's an amazing person. He gives full support, and we need to do that as well, guys. So let's do that. Guys, don't forget to love yourselves, to love each other, please. And don't change a thing about yourselves. You guys are the beautiful people. You may just see me tonight again, guys. For those of you that are interested, I may be back out here tonight. So we'll see what happens, guys. Thank you guys once again for being the beautiful people that you are. Don't change a thing. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I hope to see you all over at Dinky's, guys. See you so very soon. Love you all, and God bless. Bye-bye now. Mods, great job, and thank you for what you do. See you soon. Bye-bye.